Welcome to another edition of Shelby This Week. Detroit is making headlines for a good reason. The North American Auto Show is in town and we'll tell you what you can expect from the show this year. It's not every day you see farm life in Shelby Township, which has some residents questioning its presence here. And the clerk's office held a job fair. If you missed it, there's still time to apply. We have all this and much more coming up on Shelby This Week. It hits the Motor City every winter, making onlookers stare as they go by and making cars stop in their tracks. But unlike a Michigan snowstorm, it attracts thousands of people from around the world. Detroit is center stage as the 2018 North American International Auto Show kicks off at Cobo. And as auto manufacturers research and predict the future, there's one constant to the industry: expect the unexpected.
Self-driving vehicles may be the future of mobility. But for now, the reality is you still got to get in there and drive. And here at the North American International Auto Show, they're featuring trucks.
In the past, trucks were thought of as work vehicles, but today they're much more than that. Over at Ford, they're excited to bring back an iconic brand to the U.S. market with the new 2019 Ranger. That vehicle will be manufactured in Wayne, Michigan.
First and foremost, it's built Ford Tough. It uses our Tough Tuck technology. We design it, we test it to the same standards as F-150, right? So it goes through those same tough testing standards. Then we've got a lot of great technology in it for customers, things like trail control system that really will help them. It's like a cruise control for off-road, basically. From a technology standpoint, of course, we're going to have our sync system in it. We're going to have an embedded modem with Wi-Fi hotspot in the truck. So great technology story for customers that way.
In the full-size truck market, Ford returns with the F-150 series. The F-150 has set the standard for trucks and truck sales for decades.
We've been the best-selling vehicle in the U.S. for 36 years, right? So that comes because we continuously improve, continuously work on, we're continuously updating. For 18 model year, we did a lot of things for F-150. We added adaptive cruise control with stop and go, has collision mitigation with pedestrian detection in it. We've added the Wi-Fi hotspot that will control up to 10 devices within 50 feet of the truck. So it becomes really that portable connectivity spot if you're out on a job site somewhere. And even for the high-end customers, we added a new B&O Play audio system that sounds fantastic, right? So we've got a lot of great technology stories that we added this year on top of the ones we've had in the truck already.
Over at General Motors, the Chevy Silverado isn't exactly a rookie when it comes to trucks for work or play. In fact, at GM, they believe truck ownership should be about getting dirty with a touch of elegance.
Everything about this generation Silverado is brand new, which also means that we didn't have a lot of constraints. And in doing so, we were able to provide all new styling and proportions to the customer. So what will draw the customers into the dealership is the brand new styling and proportions of this vehicle. This go around, they have what we call dynamic fuel management, which is the next generation of our active fuel management. The exterior is much more bold. The interior is we've taken what we had, refined it in every way, and delivered an absolutely beautifully sculptured interior. With that, we have our next gen infotainment systems that will take the connectivity that we have today that we believe is industry leading and will take it to the next level.
Chrysler Fiat is looking for their chunk of the North American truck market with the release of their new Ram 150 series. Trucks featuring the tough-looking Rebel and the elegant-looking Limited, both of which will be made in Macomb County at the Warren Dodge Truck Plant.
Both enjoy the power and efficiency that we have, with the new engines and the new power-efficient technology we've added. But when you want a vehicle that oozes luxury, everything from the great ride and handling all the way through to the 12-inch Uconnect touchscreen with a 360 on-demand sat radio to all the real wood and real leather premium materials, the Limited just oozes luxury. It's a no-compromise truck. You don't have to worry. We put steel in the bed, we put steel in the frame, high-strength steel, really good light weighting material, but it comes with more strength. We don't have to worry about long-term durability. And then we've got great technology too, so you don't have to choose, do you want a technologically advanced car, do you want a rugged truck? We can give you both with the Ram.
Of course, there are plenty of great-looking cars to check out, including the 2018 Car of the Year, the Honda Accord.
There's a little something for everyone here at the North American International Auto Show. There's trucks, there's cars, there's autonomous vehicles, there's electric vehicles, there's hybrid electric vehicles, but you're going to have to come down here and see it for yourself. From the North American International Auto Show, for Shelby This Week, I'm Tim Meyer.
People who drive by one township property might have questions about the appearance. Here's Stacy Sansatera with more.
Driving down Ryan Road, south of 23 Mile, you have probably noticed an unfamiliar sight in the township. Livestock. Lots of livestock.
Probably 10 feet from the road, you have, people see some potbelly pigs, some goats, and some ducks, and they see a pond out there, and so the residents are concerned, which is good. We want residents to be concerned about animals.
With some concern and even complaints about this property, it has raised some questions, and it is clear that there is a story to be told.
Who am I really pleasing here? Am I pleasing the driver, the passerby, to give you something, cosmetically, nice to look at? Or am I taking care of animals?
A valid question that has been raised recently, but let's start at the beginning.
This is actually my father's property, and my father has been here, I want to say, since 1988, so I've pretty much grown up here. My father recently passed in 2013, and my father did not care about equipment or businesses or money or anything like that. His words to me is, whatever you do, take care of my animals.
And taking care of her father's precious animals is exactly what Andrea is doing, as this property is always changing.
And it's community dictated, but I will tell you that we have the ducks. There are 16 two lease ducks that have been here, I mean decades. There's always 16, which is interesting. We have some Muscovy ducks, and of course we have some pigs and some goats now.
Pigs and goats now, because as Andrea stated, this property is indeed community dictated.
It's always a surprise in the morning. A lot of times folks get animals and they can't care for them in the subdivision. And as you said, people drive by, they notice that it's this area. If I'm lucky, they will come to the door and they will actually say, hey, I have this duck or I have this chicken, or, can you help me out with this? So Peaches, that's this little lady. She was living in a basement and she had never seen daylight. I don't ask any questions and I don't judge. It was somebody that stopped by. They said, I have a potbelly pig, it's in my basement, can she join you?
And not judging is a significant factor when talking about this particular property. Animal welfare issues have been raised, which has in turn brought the Macomb County Animal Control and the Department of Agriculture to the farm.
Yard Animal Control stops by all the time, which as they should. That is their job in the community, to make sure that I'm okay and to make sure the animals are okay.
She's very cooperative, and I think that's the most part is kind of educating and seeing what we could do as the Animal Control Division to help her out.
The Department of Agriculture, it really gets back to the right to farm and its best practices, and we are absolutely following the best practices.
But yeah, as far as care of farm animals, I believe we're pretty much in line.
Okay.
Once again, it's important to reiterate that the property has undergone strict scrutiny by the Macomb County Animal Control and the Department of Agriculture to assure that practices are in compliance with all current standards.
All right, so
other than that, you got anything else, or
maybe it's not as bad as it seems?
no, it's not at all. I've seen way worse.
Animals aren't
all the
starving?
animals are healthy, they're all being fed, they all have proper water, shelter.
Yep, you've got ample feed here, you've got good feed supply.
Yes.
You're not hurting.
So next time you're driving down Ryan Road, be sure to take a gander at some livestock right here in suburban Shelby Township. For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
One popular Shelby Township event has made a change in the cost to participate. The electronics recycling program will be free once again. In a new agreement between the Shelby Township Solid Waste and Recycling Committee and Green Tech Recyclers, this will be free of charge to residents across the Metro Detroit area. The event, which started in 2011, slowly declined in participation due to the fees. They were implemented in 2016 because of the change in laws that regulate how much appliance manufacturers had to pay for recycling costs. Under the new agreement, the event will also limit the collection times. They'll hold collection days 4 times a year. The months will be January, April, July, and October. The first electronics recycling event will be held on Saturday, January 27th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the municipal grounds. For a complete list of items accepted, visit ShelbyTWP.org. The Shelby Township Clerk's Office held a job fair. Residents came out to sign up to be election workers for this upcoming election year. Township Clerk Stanley Grote explained he needs an average of 360 workers to make the day go by smoothly. Workers will assist at polling locations, absentee counting board, and voting tabulation. People willing to work will be paid $150 per day.
The amount of time that these folks put in, I mean, we know it's not enough compensation, but they do it because they want to help. They want to be part of this community, and also it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of camaraderie among the workers, and a lot of friendships are being made.
If you missed the job fair, there's still an opportunity to sign up to be an election worker. So if you're interested, visit the clerk's office counter in Township Hall and fill out an application. In order to work the elections, you must be a registered voter and a United States citizen. Oakland University awarded several students in a ceremony to honor the late Martin Luther King Jr. And the Utica Chieftains and the Eisenhower Eagles went courtside for their nail-biter of a game. We have your highlights. And a second Mod Pizza officially opens in Shelby Township, and they have plans for a third location here as well. Stay with us because we have much more coming up on Shelby This Week.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
For Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Oakland University remembered the leader in an award ceremony to honor their students. The Keeper of the Dream Award was established in 1993 to honor those Oakland University students who've contributed to interracial understanding and goodwill. And among the award winners, the keynote speaker was journalist Ed Gordon.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
In honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, Oakland University established the Keeper of the Dream Awards in January of 1993. The awards are a way to recognize OU students who have contributed to interracial understanding and who exemplify Dr. King's vision. Award applicants must demonstrate academic achievement, earning a 3.0 grade point average or higher, and have a clear career focus. Up to 6 award winners are also rewarded annual scholarships for their efforts in promoting interracial tolerance and understanding throughout campus. Immediately after the awards is a speech from a keynote speaker. Past keynote speakers have included actress Journey Smollett-Bell, actors LeVar Burton and Danny Glover, Oscar-winning producer and director Lee Daniels, musician Common, and activist and civil rights leader Coretta Scott King. This year's keynote speaker was Emmy Award-winning broadcaster Ed Gordon.
It is my great pleasure to invite our keynote speaker to the stage. Please help me welcome Ed Gordon.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me just say a couple of things. I'm originally from Detroit. And what most of America doesn't know is I actually live in West Bloomfield. I moved back about 8 years ago. I'll talk about some things today that won't necessarily always be comfortable, or things that are deemed safe. But if we don't continue to do that, we do a disservice to Dr. King, because think about what King and that generation was. They were agitators. And not just for the sake of agitation. They looked at America and said, this is what you promised. This is what you said you were going to do. This is what you said our people should have. And our people means all of us. I also say to you that I think in all of what we have done to celebrate Dr. King, we sometimes do a disservice in our celebration. They talk about the dream and then the corporate logo comes in. Keep the dream alive. Happy MLK Day, and then it goes away. It's easy to attend this today. It's easy to post a picture of him today. It's easy to say we love one another today. What happens tomorrow, or next week, or in August when it's hot, or when somebody says some off-color racial remark?
Reporting for Shelby This Week, I'm Austin Lass.
It's a national program in schools that provides students an opportunity to excel in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and math. The competition brought together school districts all over the area, all for the purpose of learning.
Over at L'Anse Creuse High School, students from across the area faced off in a preparation event for the upcoming Science Olympiad. This year, Mallow Junior High and Shelby Junior High go into the season with new coaches. For Mallow, Monica Bergler, a parent, is at the helm.
If we don't have someone coordinating it, they can't do it. So I got volunteered for the next 3 years to do it.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I love doing it. I mean, I love, seeing the kids learning things and how excited they get about the topics. And I mean, I learn a lot from it too, because like I said, I'm not a scientist, so it's fun for me too. This is just for them to see what an event will actually look like, to get the timing down, and just kind of see where they need to continue practicing and get the work done.
Well, you say that this looks like a pretty serious practice from what I see around here.
It is. I mean, it's a lot of, there's different schools around the area come, and some of them do use it as a way to pick their teams. We don't do that. We base it off of other criteria instead of, putting the kids against each other, but it is, because it is run like a real event would be. Everything's timed, they got to follow the rules.
Over at Shelby Junior High, Ike Senior Anna Olson took over coaching duties.
I really love Science Olympiad. It's something I'm very passionate about, and I really wanted Shelby to have a team, but we've never really had much participation there, so I thought I would take it up.
How do you get a team going?
Well, I emailed all the science teachers multiple times and told them anybody who's remotely interested in science, have them come to our meeting and I will get them on the team. I will convince them to do it.
If you are interested in more information on the Science Olympiad, or you think your child or student would be interested in attending, please contact your school. I'm sure they could use the help. Reporting for Shelby This Week, I'm Arthur Schenk.
The Eisenhower and Utica ladies took to the basketball court for a nail-biter of a game. Our Andrew Schalski has more courtside with your highlights.
Crosstown rivalry as the Utica Chieftains take on the Eisenhower Eagles in girls basketball. Starting out on the fast break, Emily Sahaski over to Monet Knowles. She misses but gets her own rebound and fills it up. Then a long two-pointer for Lindsay Michael. Count it! Nice defense for the Eisenhower Eagles, picking the pocket. For an easy lay-in for Malin Kosnick. Kaylee Ebling. Count it! But right back, Lauren DeBow. Coast to coast, cutting through defenders. 2 points Emily Sahaski sidestepping and knocking down this triple. And then for the Eisenhower Eagles, Olivia Stack with a fadeaway jumper. At the end of one, it was 11-9 Utica. Second quarter, Emily Sahaski says, get this one out of here. Then Utica goes on the offensive. Rachel Whitehead off the glass and in, and one. At the other end, Alessandria Capusi rated down this triple. 3 points. Seconds left, inbound to Kaylee Ebling right before the buzzer. And Utica goes into the half with a 23-14 lead. Lauren DeBow driving. After Utica miss, Emily Sahaski cleaning up the board. Eisenhower fights back with this three-pointer from Malin Kosnick. Nice lob pass inside to Olivia Stack. Wrapping it up is Paige Montreal, 3 points. And we're all tied up going into the fourth, 30-30. Emily Sahaski off the glass and in for the Chieftains. Then Malin Kosnick from 3-lane. Trading threes, this time for Utica. Kaylee Ebling. And some nice defense here, this time for the Utica Chieftains, Monet Knowles. Stepping in front of this one. And in for the easy buckets. Eisenhower trying to win it. Olivia Stack, no. And we're headed into overtime. We're tied, 38-38. Waning seconds, Utica up 42-41. Alessandra Capusi driving. And foul. She hits one. And the next, they're up 43-42. Last-ditch effort for Utica, but it's just not in the cards. Eisenhower wins in a thriller. Final score, Eisenhower Eagles 43, Utica Chieftains 42.
1, 2, 3. Just like that, the second Mod Pizza in Shelby Township is open for business. A ribbon cutting led by the Sterling Heights Chamber of Commerce brought out local leaders and Team Showstack members.
I think another grand opening proves that the economy is thriving here in Shelby Township, and it's really nice to hear that not only are they having a grand opening today, but they're actually going to be building a third store right here in Shelby Township. That'll be 3 stores in 2 years. So it's obviously a very successful organization. Always happy to have success here in Shelby Township.
The new location at 26 Mile and Van Dyke is very active right now, with businesses being brought into the new strip mall.
I really feel like this part of Macomb County is really booming and growing, so we really need to help them get that visibility, because I understand if somebody's on 26 Mile, they don't even know Mod Pizza's here over on Van Dyke. So we're really trying to help them get the word out, grow their brand, bring the customers in, and it's really all about helping the businesses and educating the community.
Mod Pizza values community involvement, and they're excited to get more involved here in Shelby Township.
Really love to be involved with the community any way that we can. So that's hosting fundraisers, doing field events, giving out free mod swag, handing out free pizza coupons. And we just giving back is something that's really important to us and our company.
Team Showstack will open a third location here as well, on Hall Road, so look for that opening in the next few months. The Shelby Community Foundation hosted their annual fundraiser, and it benefited a great cause. The Snowflake Social brought out many people who enjoyed the wine and food. This particular night out is essential for the Community Foundation, and while they hold many events throughout the year, this one is special to them.
It is very important because, like I said, we're raising money for scholarships to fund our scholarship fund. So we have been giving them out for about 10 years now, and we would like to continue doing that.
Attendees entered to win one of the many raffle baskets on display during the night. A lot of the money was raised for those scholarships. The Shelby Community Foundation hosts many events throughout the year, so if you're interested in finding out more information, visit them online at shelbycommunityfoundation.org. Winter isn't going anywhere for the time being, and ideas of how to have fun in the snow might seem few and far in between. Shelby This Week takes a look at all the outdoor activities the whole family can enjoy, and they all take place right here in the township.
I'm Robert Gambrell.
And I'm Kyle Orzabach.
And here are just a few fun things you can do this winter in Shelby Township. Yeah, that too. I'm here at Woodall Neighborhood Park, where there are a lot of fun things you can do. One is sledding. I've never been sledding before, but in a minute you'll see me sled down for the first time down a hill in a race against Kyle. Few safety tips that you can remember is wear gloves and boots. Ladies, no Uggs, please. That is something you should not do. Another thing is, make sure you are not sledding around any fences or trees because it is not safe. Now let's go sledding! Another snowball!
3, 2, 1. So Robert's first time sledding, not so good, but the saucer sled is definitely faster than this longer sled.
So what's up next, Kyle?
All right, I'm here with my friends Joey and Julia, and today we're going to find out who the better goalie is.
Oh, man. After you are done having fun outdoors, come inside and enjoy a nice hot cup of joe with your friend. For Shelby This Week, I'm Robert Gambrell.
And I'm Kyle Orzabach. Have fun and stay safe.
That's all we have for this edition of Shelby This Week. You can catch us all the time online or on Facebook. Just search Shelby TV. Thanks for watching.
And here are just a few things you can do this winter to have fun in Shelby Township. Let's go. Another snowball. You almost hit me too. You almost had me. Kyle and I will be racing down this hill, and I'll be racing on the long sled. He'll be racing on this stupid saucer. Let's see who wins. Let's see who has the fastest sled. Let's go.
I'm gonna win.
No, you're not. Bet you're not.
3, 2, 1. All right, well,
let's move on.
What we got next, Kyle?